Is your low back feeling tight? Maybe you sit a lot at work or you lift a lot. Maybe you play a lot of beer and bolo at Jiu-Jitsu. Either way, I'm gonna show you 3 stretches that you can use daily to help improve your mobility and flexibility in the low back. Let's dive in. All you will need for class today is your yoga mat. I will also be showing a posture against the wall. If you don't have a good wall space, I'll show you how you can do this posture without one. So give yourself a moment to find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Closing down the eyes, rolling the shoulders down and back a few times, noticing your breath, and checking in with your body and your mind, not judging, just taking notice, giving ourselves permission to release all of our to-do lists and responsibilities for the day or tomorrow, and give yourself permission to be right here on your mat for the next half hour. Let this be for just you. Relaxing the jaw, the eyebrows, releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth, and noticing anything that comes up for you here. And we'll take a moment to think of a dedication or intention for your practice. This can be a simple I am statement. Perhaps, I am worthy of rest. Or, I accept myself exactly as I am. Repeat that a few times. And when you're ready, we'll gently open through the eyes. Let's just take a few deep breaths. If you'd like to keep the eyes closed, you may as well. And we'll inhale deeply with a short sip of air at the top, like this. And then on your exhale, let it all go out through the mouth. Sighing it out, making it audible is encouraged. This is our physiological sigh. Let's do 3 together. Deep inhale. Short sip. 2 more, just like that. One more, deepest one all day. Good. And gently opening the eyes. And we'll go ahead and move into our first posture. It's going to be a happy baby. So you can face the long edge of your mat, and then you're going to bend your knees towards your armpits. Now, if you can't reach your feet, that's perfectly okay. You can grab the outside of the knees. You can grab the ankles. You can grab the outsides of the feet. You also might like to use your peace fingers to grab the big toes. Wherever you are, try to let your arms be heavy here. Allowing gravity to do the work. Allowing your belly to fill up the space between the legs with each inhale. With each exhale, allowing yourself to get heavy on the earth. If at any point you need to find some movement here, you're welcome to rock side to side or straighten through one leg and the other, or just shake it out. But we will be here for about a minute or so. So find your breath, close the eyes, and scan the body again. See where you can let go. Maybe the jaw can unclench. Maybe the shoulders can relax. Imagine sending your breath wherever there is sensation, making space with each exhale. And when you're ready, we can bring our knees into heart center, drawing big circles with the knees to release that low back. One direction and the other. And then coming up to seated, we'll bring both heels to the mat and windshield wiper the knees. Giving the hips a little bit of a break. And from here, we'll move into our runner's lunge. So bringing the left foot forward and the right leg back. Here you can find fists on the ground. That is my favorite since my wrists are a little sensitive. Otherwise, you can just have your hands on the ground or a block if you have that at home. From here, you can keep your back toes tucked and pressing through that back knee, or you can drop the back knee towards the ground, or you can press through the top side of that back foot, still lifting through the back knee if that feels best. And here, we want to make sure we're walking the left toes up and out as far as you can. Some people also like to turn the left toes out. That can give you a little bit more of a stretch through the psoas here. If you would like, you can look over your shoulder, one side and the other, or wag your tail. And eventually we'll find some stillness here. I like to gaze up to start out. Just opening through the heart can help you send those hips forward and down. But not forcing anything here. We just want gravity to do the work. So opening up, maybe even closing the eyes if that feels good here. Sending your breath to wherever you're feeling the most tight. Try to imagine drawing that tightness out with each exhale. What would that look like in your mind's eye? If at any point you would like to come down onto the elbows, you're welcome to do that here. By all means, listening to your body. If you need to come out of it, stretch it out. And letting your head hang heavy here. Pressing back up to the hands if you haven't already. And then we'll slowly start to straighten through that left knee, surfing it out here, bending and straightening through that left knee. And as a quick counter stretch, we'll bring that left knee relatively straight. You can keep a slight bend in it if you need to. We'll bring both hands to either side of the leg, and then we'll fold over this left knee, bringing your head towards the knee. And again, letting yourself be heavy here. If you would like to find some movement, you can point and flex the toes, roll out the ankle, or wag your tail here. Good. When you're ready, we'll bring both hands to the inside of that left leg again, finding our quadruped position, and just shake that out. Again, wagging the tail. I know I said 3 stretches, but we're going to do a little bonus stretch here in between. So for our child's pose, you can bring your knees together or slightly apart, and then walking the hands out in front. And you're going to roll out your third eye center on the mat. From here, you can walk your hands over to the right, and then bringing your left hand on top of the right. And again, not forcing anything, just get heavy here. Walk your hands back to center and over to the left. Right hand can come over top of the left and get heavy here. And coming back to center. And coming back up to our quadruped position. We'll bring our right foot to the top of the mat. Again, you can tuck those back toes, pressing through the back side of the left knee. You can bring that knee down, or you can press through the top side of that left foot. Gazing up here to start helps us open through the heart. Maybe wagging the tail, looking over the shoulders, one side and the other. And finding stillness when you're ready. If it feels good to lower down to the elbows, again, you might like to try that here. Letting the head hang heavy now. Maybe noticing the subtle differences from one side to the other. Pressing back up to the hands or the fists when you're ready. Take your time, slowly straightening through that right leg and surfing it out. Feeling that blood flow rushing back into the joint. And we'll bring our hands to either side of this right leg, folding over the right knee, letting your head hang heavy. If you like movement here, you might point and flex the toes, roll out the ankle, or wag your tail. Slowly coming back up, bringing both hands to the inside of the right foot, finding that quadruped position. And for this next one, we're gonna set up a posture against the wall. But first, if you don't have a good wall space, I'll show you how you can do it here. You'll come onto your back, and then we'll take a figure 4 pose. So bringing your right foot to the ground, left foot can come over top, and then you're going to reach your hands in between the legs with your left, around the outside with your right. I like to grab here on the top side of my tibia or the kind of near the kneecap here. You can also grab the back side of your right knee, and then just relaxing into it here. If you're feeling any pain in this left knee, you can come out of this posture altogether. If it's just feeling a little bit sensitive, or you know you've had knee injuries, you can always flex the toes on this left foot back towards the knee, and that will keep all of the tendons in your knee joint taut, which will prevent them from any tearing. So keeping these left toes flexed back, and then relaxing into this as much as you can. If you do have good wall space, go ahead and grab your mat. We'll scooch it up close to the wall, and then we'll bring our hips nice and close to the wall so your hips are touching the wall. And then you can bring your hands to the mat and swing your legs up like you're sitting on the wall. And you might need to scooch around a little bit, that's okay. And then we'll take our right foot and place it on the wall. The closer your foot is towards the ceiling, the easier the stretch will be. The closer your heel is towards the floor, the more intense the stretch will be. So pressing this right foot into the wall, we'll bring our left foot up and over top of the right knee. Now you'll see all this space that I've created underneath my bum. So you'll start to move your bum down towards the earth. Now, if you're still not feeling anything here, you can use your hand as a kickstand under the left knee, keeping those toes nice and flexed, or you can just let your arms be heavy here. That's why I like the wall here, because it can just let you relax and it allows gravity to really do the work for you. So let everything go. Maybe tucking those shoulders in underneath. Maybe close the eyes. Let that shit go. Getting heavy here. Relaxing the eyebrows, relaxing the jaw, scanning the body for any tension that no longer serves you here. Maybe the throat or the neck muscles can relax. Maybe the belly can relax. And if your knee isn't feeling sensitive here, even your feet and your legs can relax. When you're ready, take your time pressing this right foot into the wall, and we'll bring both legs up the wall. Shake that out. Maybe bounce the knees, point and flex the toes, or roll out the ankles. Hanging out here for just a few breaths. Maybe bringing one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Feeling the wave of breath moving through with each inhale and exhale. And before we fall asleep here, we'll go ahead and take our left foot to the wall, set it up in the position that feels best, and we'll bring our the right foot over top of our left knee. Again, if your knees are sensitive, you can curl the toes back towards the knee, bringing those hips down towards the floor. Find your breath. Maybe scanning the body again, releasing any tension that has crept up in the shoulders or the face. Where can you get even 1% heavier? Maybe bringing back to mind your dedication or intention for today. I accept myself exactly as I am. And when you're feeling even on both sides, we'll press the left foot into the wall, bringing both legs up. Shake that out, bouncing the knees, rolling out the ankles, pointing and flexing the toes. And now from here, we're going to take a little supine twist. So bringing your knees in towards the heart. And then we're going to turn our legs over to one side. Your right arm can reach out, maybe gazing over to the right. And just let yourself relax here. And bringing your knees back to center and over to the right. And coming back to center. And you can come out of this posture two ways. You can find that fetal position and press your way back up to seated this way. Or if you would like to try a shoulder roll, it's a fun little Jiu-Jitsu move, but we're going to bring our legs or knees over our left shoulder, and then we're going to drop our ear to the right shoulder. So if you want to bring your legs this way, your head's going to go the opposite way. So right ear to shoulder, and then your hands are going to press into the floor. So we're pressing into the floor, ear to the shoulder. Ta-da! And then we'll come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Rolling our way down onto the back. Untucking any loose skin from underneath you. Palms can be facing up. Maybe deepening your breath for a few inhales and exhales here. Let it go. And we'll scan the body with the mind, starting with the tip of your nose. See if you can bring all of your awareness to the tip of the nose. Relaxing the eyebrows, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Bringing your awareness to the inside of the right cheek, the inside of the left cheek, the right eye, and all the muscles behind the right eye, the left eye, and all the muscles behind the left eye. Relaxing the temples, the crown of the head, relaxing the shoulders, the upper arms, the lower arms, bringing all of your awareness to the palm of the right hand, the right thumb, the first finger, second finger, third finger, and little finger, bringing all of your awareness to the right wrist, elbow, shoulder, right collarbone, left collarbone, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, palm of the left hand, left thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, and little finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, left collarbone, heart center, solar plexus, right hip, knee, ankle, bottom of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and little toe, top of the right foot, ankle, knee, hip, left hip, knee, ankle, bottom of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and little toe, top of the left foot, ankle, knee, hip, feeling all of the weight of your pelvis on the floor, feeling the belly gently rise and fall. Allow yourself to relax deeper into the mat with each exhale. Slowly bringing your awareness back to the room, deepening the breath. You can wiggle your toes, begin to touch each finger to your thumb, turning the head one side, then the other, and then rolling onto one side, using your arm as a pillow. And allow yourself to be heavy here one last time. Maybe bringing back to mind your intention or dedication. Imagine planting it like a seed into the deep soil of your awareness. How can you water it each day and watch it grow? Finding gratitude for your body and your mind and all the miracles they perform in each second. Finding gratitude for this breath that nourishes every cell in our body. and finding gratitude for our earth and how she is always here to nourish and support us. And take your time, slowly pressing up to a comfortable seated position. The gaze can be heavy or the eyes closed. And we'll sit up as our tallest self, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Tucking the chin back just slightly. And checking in, noticing any changes or shifts in the body or mind or the breath since we first checked in. And bringing your hands to heart center, the light and the dark within me recognizes and honors that same light and dark within you. Namaste.